Good afternoon, good evening, good zinta, good y'all, whatever it may be where you are. I'm Not Sports Cards. Hope you're doing well. All right, so this is maybe a two-part video. I got a card I haven't opened yet, so it's a theoretical mail day, but not. It's not really a mail day because a mail day is just showing you those cards. But I think I haven't opened the package yet, so we don't know if it's actually here. But I made a deal for a card. It's a very strange thing because the deal happened very fast, and I liked the card more after I bought it than before. Not this. I was just like, there was something else there. But here is the package. Right here. This, okay, let's open it up. So, story goes like this. Friend of mine collects Rogue One. I'm a big Rogue One collector, obviously. I'd seen some of his collection before and been in awe of some of the things he's had, but never really, if somebody shows you your card, you're not like, can I see that? Can I write down the number of that card is? And he decided he was going to consolidate his collection a little bit. And here, this is worth the pack. So he decided he was going to consolidate his collection a little bit. And he was putting some things up for sale. And we're talking back and forth as the auctions were going on eBay, because there were some things that I was interested in. And there was also just me, enforcing a floor. There were certain cards in there that I thought were, hey, if they're going to go for $100, I'll happily buy them for $100. So we were kind of going back and forth. So I ended up winning an auction. Oh, I guess he put in an extra card in here. Let's see what this is. It's a Jin High Tech. I did not know, again, that High Tech came out before regular Rogue One. There's no Cassian in this set, though, I don't believe. But thank you to Peter for throwing in a Jin that I didn't know existed. So when it comes to Rogue One rookies, there's the main set is, the Rogue One set, which would be this set here. This would be the main Cassian rookie, and there would be the main Jin rookie. And in that set, there's 101, 50 out of 50, and out of 100. The one I just showed is out of 100. And then there's Mission Briefing, which is kind of like a collector set, but then the last 10 cards are Rogue One cards. So it's called Rogue One Mission Briefing. And there are same thing for Cassian and Jin in there. 101, out of 50, and out of 100. I had obtained a Cassian out of 100, but I'd never even seen a Jin for sale. And this was up for auction, and I won it. Don't worry, this isn't even what we're talking about here. This just happens to be a card that I bought. I like Jin. I love Rogue One, but Andor has taught me that I like Cassian and Andor way more than I like Rogue One. Again, it's kind of like pizza and Chinese food to me. It's like I love them both dearly, but if I have to choose. So I picked up this card. So in the conversations of us going back and forth, I said, hey, if you ever want to sell any of those one-on-ones that you have, I guarantee you I will bid X. Meaning, that there's going to be somebody out there who's bidding this number. And that was like a day or two before the auctions. And then I don't even know what brought it up. He sent me a picture of all of his one-on-ones. That's right, a picture of all of his one-on-ones. He had, I don't know, he had a full sheet. I don't know if he had more than the full sheet, but I got a picture of a full sheet. So, and he had two that had Cassian in them. And he's like, which one would you want? And he sent me a picture of two of them, and they're both cards I like. And actually, one of them is my favorite image. I wish, I don't have it here right now, of Jin, Cassian, and K2SO. Let me see. Maybe I can dig one up in a minute. And he said, which one of the two, which one would you end up buying? And I thought about it. I actually messaged to one of my other friends, and he said, no, you get them this one, the other one, because it's only Cassian. And I said, oh yeah, I would, this was really not a real conversation. I just said, hey, yeah, I would take this one. And I said, but I don't know what a fair price is. And then I come back to my desk a few hours later and I see he says, well, you were willing to bid, X on eBay. Well, I'll just knock the eBay fees off and here's the price. And I said, done. And that was it, this was not a prolonged negotiations. This was not a long thing. Then after I bought it, after we made the deal, it started to occur to me how much I would have wanted this card had I known he had it. Meaning, so here, let me show you a different card. So Rogue One has Series 1 and Series 2. This image is from Series 2. It's called Under Imperial Rule. Just Cassian. It's a gold out of 50. And this is a great image. There are a lot of images of Cassian with other characters, but there are very few of just Cassian. And this is Series 2. There's one in Series 1 that is a similar shot. This is clearly a similar shot, right? This is the growing threat. This is a close-up, I think, of that exact same shot. But this is... So in Series 1... Hey, if you don't like this, I'm trying to explain to you, ultimately, why I kind of bought a card and fell in love with it after I bought it. I mean, I knew when I bought it, I wanted it. I've never seen a card, one of one that I didn't want to buy. So what I determined after the fact is that in Series 1, there are only 4 images of Cassian that... There are only 4 cards that have just Cassian on it, and not other characters. This card here, the Growing Threat. This card here, Cassian Returns. Albert is interested. And then this card here, which is a briefing for the mission ahead. I'm trying to show them to you the best. And then the last one is just the character card, which is the ultimate, dream, ultimate grail card for me is this card in 101. I do have the 50s of 50 in that one there, which by the way, that one I got from the same person I bought the card I'm about to show you. So looking at these images of just Cassian cards in Series 1, you have that one, a briefing of the mission ahead, and then you have Cassian Returns, and then you have the Growing Threat. In my opinion, this is the best card. It's the only one that you can clearly see Diego Luna's face, and it's a true Cassian card. Of course, it's not the character card. It's not a vertical card. But there are only 4 cards in that first Rogue One set that have a pure Cassian image. Now, I'll show you. I have 2 101s. These are both from Series 2. This is called Trust Goes Both Ways. You can barely see Diego Luna's face. But I love this card to death. There's one called Ready to Depart in Series 1, which is another version of this. But in that one, you actually could see Jin's face, too. And then I have this other 101, which is Cassian and Jin climb. And, this is not meant to be focused on the 2 characters. I love this because there is a climb motif that exists throughout Andor and Rogue One. There are many times where some character will say climb. And in probably some of my favorite Andor episodes and in that, really critical part of Rogue One. So that's why I like those. Now, that takes us to the card I got. I think you could probably do it for a process of elimination, which is, again, I have yet to see this. So this is the first time I'm seeing this and holding this. This is the Growing Threat, 1 of 1. Spectacular. This, I'm trying not to give you dead air, but this is the first time I'm holding it, and the first time, this is why I collect this card. And I want to say to the guy, my buddy Peter, who I bought this from, thank you. It means a lot to me. Like I said, I didn't think it through that much when we made the deal. And you know, again, the two that he offered me, I love both of them, but this one has more significance to me. I don't have any Series 1, and you know, to me, this is the second best Cassian 101 in the world. To me. I understand people like superfractors and all the other stuff, but I'm a guy, if you see all those boxes back there, I like to collect the set that came from the box with their name on it. And this was the first Rogue One set. And this was the bet. Like, we don't even know if the Cassian character card 101 exists. It's not been graded. Nobody's ever said they had it. Could be in a box. Could have gotten thrown away by a kid. Nobody ever knows. So, in lieu of that, to me, this is the second best Cassian 101 in the world. It is, and I have no intention of selling it. It is, yeah. I mean, part of me is like, I have a full diatribe of why I love this card and why I think it's so important. And, I like, part of me is like, I don't want to go through it because I just bought it from somebody. And I don't want to be like, hey, I got, you shouldn't have sold this. He was consolidating his collection, and I personally think he did me a favor. Like, I think that, he did me, like, I don't know if he saw it that way. And again, it happens so fast that I don't even know what I want to put this in all honesty. Like, I might just keep this in a top loader right now. I don't want to keep it in the top loader. Do I want to put it in this? Like, this is the type of thing. It's like, I don't want to handle it. I think this has got to get graded. I normally wouldn't grade this card. I have to, like, I've had these two 101s. I just decided right now I'm going to grade it. So, the reason I'm grading it, I might even send it to SGC. No, I probably won't. Is that I just don't trust myself. I believe that most people will think I'm delusional about how important this card is or how rare this card is. And I'm okay with that. That's not really my point. That's not like, if you collect to have things just because other people think they're cool, or important or rare or whatever, then it's kind of an empty feeling. And that was what I meant by, I didn't really think through what this card was before I bought it. It was just hey, you have these cards. I don't think you'll ever sell them, but it was like, yeah, clearly he wanted to thin his collection. He had a lot. He knows how much these mean to me. For our price, I said yes. And the one in auction later that day for that gin, and it was on its way here. That was 6 days ago. Yeah. I don't get like this. The only card, like, I talk about them too often, and I try not to, is that I own, two Cassian Golds that I think are very important and rare cards, but those things have special meaning to me that go far beyond card collecting. They're like cosmic. And, I have no intention of ever selling either of those cards. And they're almost like I said, they're beyond collectibles. This, to me, I was actually going to do it. Like, I only have one card that I would put on the level of how I feel about this card. And that would be, I don't know, Han Solo PSA 10 rookie card. And it's not about worth, right? Like, because that's not the point. Is you cannot, this is not a card you can buy, right? Like, it's just not a card you can buy. And, I mean, just to, we'll do this for right now. Which is to say, I mean, this is the gray. This is the out of 100. So that is the numbered rainbow right there. That is the numbered rainbow. That's a much better way to look at the card. That is absolutely spectacular. And for whatever edification, there are, I think, 4 other parallels. Blue, green, black, base. I bought all of them. I think I have them all, but I was on ComC and I'm like, okay, well, I obviously want the full rainbow, and I don't even know if I want to go find it. So I have them all. I just have to get them shipped here. Yeah, this is, again, it's hard for me to put into words to buy a card that I never thought I'd have a chance to buy. I never, like, the Cassian character card 101, I can't paint a scenario in which I really feel like I would be able to buy it. I don't know. I mean, anything is possible. If it comes up for public auction, I don't know. I mean, I have a figure in my head, but like, I think it's worth well more than what I would pay for it. And you know, you never know. That's part of what this is like, you know, I showed you those other one-of-ones. I'm not sure if either of those was an auction. I know one of them wasn't, and it was just like, oh, it's there, buy now, right? Like, it was like, oh, click buy now. Matter of fact, I remember I found a Chirrut in my 101, and I would send it to my friend, and I was like, I just cost you, you know, whatever, however many dollars. And so, because I knew he had to buy it. And then I was like, fuck me, because right after they listed that, they listed it, one of the other one-on-ones I own. And I was like, I guess I have to spend that much money too, and just bought them. Like, it's not something you get to think about. And the other one might have been an auction, and it was during a really dead period and way before Andor Season 2 came out. Nobody was really thinking about that, and yeah. So I don't know. Again, I want to thank Peter. There are God knows if I'll even air this, but I'll include this part, which is meant to be a separate video. It's like I've been making card content for about 4 years now, and when I started, a lot of it was I just had a lot of things that I wanted to say, and I had nobody to say them to. So I was like, I'll just start a YouTube channel, and never with the intention of having any benefit from it. And over the course of time, there have been give and take. And the take is that I would explain all the research that I've done, and then suddenly, you know, I would explain how a card, like whatever, like this Mandalorian card here is, you know, this is Mando's rookie, and this is a really important card, and, you know, I'm collecting them. And then suddenly I had a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people, but, you know, there were 5 or 6 more bidders for that card that there were before. And or I saw people flipping cards that I was talking about, and that's kind of what did I think was going to happen. That's what you want to happen. If people listen to you and they, you know, you tell a reasonable idea of why this is a rare, valuable card, of course other people are going to want it. But it you know, that was the negative. Suddenly I was creating competition for cards that I wanted, and that, you know, that was the downside. But the upside was that I also met other collectors who would find cards in different ways that I wouldn't find them, and be willing to part with them. And I've had this in a few instances. Now, you know, in the people I've met, some people, take more than they give, and some people give more than they take. But I really don't look at, like, that sounds negative on certain people, but I look at it more of like the give a penny, take a penny thing at the whatever thing. We don't really do that anymore because nobody pays cash, but you understand the idea of, like, hey, sometimes you need a penny and sometimes you have an extra penny. And that's the way I've seen it. And I've really appreciated the people who, basically the give and take, which is, like I said, sometimes the take part bothered me, but then I would forget about the give part, and the give has been way greater than the take. And that I'm really appreciative of that. And some of the best cards I have in my collection I would not have for the, other than the people I met. And I mean, let me zoom out here. Probably, I know at least half of these cards, this card, and that card, I wouldn't have were it not for people that I met. And I could just go through plenty of other things along those lines. So extremely happy about, again, getting this card. It's a different feeling than I've had about any card I've ever gotten. Because I've been buying Rogue One cards for a long time. Long time relative to, I don't know what this says. Like, I was buying them, I believe, before Andor Season 1 came out. And I've been a Rogue One fan since the very first time I saw the movie. It very much speaks to me and the Star Wars that I love. And when you collect something for so long and you just never have opportunities to buy cards, that's... gosh, I'm at a loss for words. Because I think about, like, set collecting. This, to me, is the opposite of set collecting. Like, I have done some set collecting before, and I've mentioned in videos that I don't really set collect because I kind of have the reverse feeling when I finish a set. Like, when it's done, I kind of have a letdown. I'm like, it's just the way I feel. It's not like a manufactured thing. It's just like I feel bummed. I'm like, I don't have that anymore. I don't have that thing to chase. This is the opposite, because I don't chase one-of-ones. I don't chase one-of-ones because, you can if you want. I don't chase one-of-ones because they're impossible. Yes, do one-of-ones come up for sale all the time? Yeah, but not the ones you think. Like, the one-of-ones that you have options to buy are almost always from the last 3 years. It's because there's so many more one-of-ones. That's one of the things about this particular card is there's just one. It's not like you go into Topps Chrome this year. There are, I believe, at least six. There are at least 6 Cassian character card one-of-ones. Is that correct? Maybe not 6. I think there are 4, and then there might be 1 or 2 other Cassian cards. So, like, you can get 6 one-on-ones out of one set with Cassian on it. That's just one set, and then I think there were probably 30 Cassian one-on-ones last year. But my point was more of like, okay, if Cassian 2025 Chrome, there are 4 Superfractors. There's the Arabish, the regular, then the auto Arabish. So there's just one. Like, even Mando, they did stuff where there was like a metal 101 and then a paper 101. This is it. This is the only 101 of that card. I mean, I'm not getting into printing plates because those are not real 101s. They are, but they're not in the realm of the actual card. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was waiting to make this video. I was eagerly awaiting the arrival of this card, and I feel very satisfied having collected it. I hope that Peter, who sold it to me, doesn't feel bad for having sold it to me, because I do think I got it at a very good price, and if he said, "Hey, I think you paid too little," would you send me, you would, I don't even know what the trying to say. He was like, I would send him more money. Is essentially what I'm saying. Is like, I don't know what the right price was. He quoted me a price, and I said yes. And then after the fact, like I said, I fell in love with the card more, so therefore I think it's worth more than I paid. And I don't know what it, now, having thought it through, I don't know what I would have paid. And it's a very chicken and the egg thing, because once you, I usually have buyer's remorse. That's another part about this, is like, I am famous amongst people I know for having buyer's remorse. I buy something and I'm like, why the fuck did I buy that immediately after? This is the opposite. This is, I'd buy it 100 times out of 100, and maybe I would pay significantly more for it. I don't know, because the mind is already there. Then there was no negotiation. I never had to think about, oh boy, what would I really pay for it, because I didn't think it was a reasonable thing. I didn't, wasn't like I paid cheap for it. Wasn't like, wasn't $50, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know, but I certainly feel indebted to Peter, and other people. And I, like, last year I was able to get a card that I really wanted, and the person just sent it to me. I was like, we'll figure it out. And we worked out a trade. And then a year later, he was like, hey, you have these few, you have this card on your eBay store. What do you want for it? Let's do a deal off eBay. And I was like, it's yours. And I sent it to him. And I sent him another card I thought he needed. Because I just can't thank somebody enough. And that's kind of like the give a penny, take a penny thing, which is, and this one I feel like I took a penny. And, I'll continue to try to give pennies out. So, man, that's an amazing card. And that is, and that, like, I'm looking at the rainbow, and I have rainbows, like, of the other ones. And, obviously when you have the 101, the rainbow gets a lot easier, because there's only 3 numbered cards. But this is different to me. And like I said, I didn't realize it till after I bought it. I'm going to have to think about, like, I'm only grading it because I want to protect it. And yeah, as simple as that. I've no idea of, wow. Yeah, just awesome. Just, again, I hope that all of you that collect get an opportunity to obtain something like this for you. And again, this is not about the value. It's about the hunt and the method, and yeah, that's just an awesome card. Yeah, I get it that I'm just going over the same ground that I've been going over, and I'm trying to give you the raw emotion of how I feel, which is may be entertaining to you, may not be entertaining to you. I don't know. I just say that, like, try to grow a network of people that you collect with. Be kind to them. Do whatever you can for them, and maybe there's some karmatic thing to collecting. Maybe there isn't. Maybe I just get stupid lucky and have a very nice friend who was like, screw it, I'm consolidating my collection. I'm happy to sell this to you. Who knows? But I'm very appreciative. Damn, that's a nice card. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for you. I hope you like this video. I'm NotSportsCards. I'm out.